Imagine a king whose presence was announced not by trumpets, but by an unbearable stench. A once mighty monarch whose decaying corpse leaked fluids onto chapel floors, fluids lapped up by scavenging dogs in the dead of night. This was the grotesque hidden reality behind the death of England. Feared Henry VIII, a tale so shocking it is often sanitized by history. Henry Tudor began as Europe's golden prince, tall, athletic, flame-haired, hailed by ambassadors for his angelic beauty. Yet his fate took a brutal turn in January 1536. During a joust at Greenwich, his horse collapsed beneath him, crushing his leg. Though he survived unconscious for 2 hours, the wound festered into a putrid ulcer that wept constantly, emitting a nauseating odor that preceded him into every room. Courtiers endured the reek in terrified silence, fearing the king's volcanic temper. This accident didn't just cripple his body, it fractured his mind. Historians suspect brain trauma ignited his paranoia, coinciding with the execution of his second wife, Anne Boleyn, on fabricated charges. Confined and desperate, Henry's body ballooned. His waist swelled from 35 inches to over 50, his weight soaring past 400 pounds. He moved through widened palace doors on pulleys, devouring 5,000 daily calories of meat pies and wine. Meanwhile, royal physicians worsened his agony, searing his ulcers with hot irons, slathering them with mercury and arsenic, and draining his strength through relentless bloodletting. Gangrene set in, bones visible through rotting flesh. The stench grew so vile it could be detected 3 rooms away. His marriage to teenage Catherine Howard became a macabre farce. When she sought solace elsewhere, he had her and her lover executed. His final wife, Catherine Parr, served more as a nurse than a queen, tending his suppurating wounds while surviving the fate of her predecessors. His last years were a tapestry of torment: diabetes, gout, heart failure, and strokes. Screams of pain alternated with hollow silences. Paranoia ruled the court. A careless word meant treason, and he executed the Earl of Surrey just days before his own death. Obsessed with poisoning, he forced servants to taste his food while gangrene devoured his legs. As the winter of 1546 deepened, fever and sepsis gripped him. Delirious, he whispered the names of dead wives, haunted, some said, by ghosts of his past. Yet no one dared speak the truth. Predicting the king's death was treason. Even as the sweet-rot stench of decay rose from his living body, the charade of recovery persisted. On January 28, 1547, the broken king squeezed Archbishop Cranmer's hand in a final wordless gesture of faith and died. But death offered no dignity. His immense corpse required a custom coffin. Rudimentary embalming failed catastrophically. In the stillness of Syon Abbey, putrid fluids seeped onto the chapel floor. Stray dogs crept in, lapping at the royal putrescence, a final, humiliating desecration for the man who defied popes and reshaped nations. They buried him with pomp beside Jane Seymour, mother of his frail heir, Edward VI, a boy king who died within 6 years. Irony crowned Henry's legacy. His despised daughters, Mary and Elizabeth, child of the executed Anne Boleyn, would inherit his throne. The king who wielded godlike power, who rewrote faith and law to serve his whims, was reduced to carrion. His rotting corpse screamed a truth no portrait could mask. Before decay and death, even tyrants kneel. The stench of his end wasn't just physical. It was the sour breath of mortality itself, proving that no crown can shield flesh from its inevitable ruin.